this should be like the last stream. I think last 2 episodes. Where the hell am I?
These cells are meant to hold prisoners who are under treatment. The people you send for will end up here. Remember that the confinement itself works as a preamble to the torture, and you should pace yourself. Don't take anyone before they are ready.
Understood.
Sounds from the torture chambers are shuttled in through those pipes in the ceiling. Manage your victims well, and let one prisoner's pain instill terror in his cellmate.
Did I come in here already? I feel like it might have been the other one, but like, I don't know. Also, I'm sure my mic is much better this time. My last Amnesia stream, when I went to go edit it for YouTube, holy shit, it was so bad. The audio quality of my mic was so quiet for some reason. I was having some issues with it. I think that was the first stream after issues, and it didn't get better. It at least worked, but it wasn't good sounding. It's just really quiet. So hopefully these will be way better.
Dad, I hate to bother you further.
Fly on my face.
If you're really going to could you consider taking me with you? I know it sounds ridiculous. I mean, look at me. But if you find anything concerning a man named Johann, would you please bring it to me? I believe he was working on a way to help me. A recipe for some sort of potion. A tonic to free me from this husk of mine. Me? I'm Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. I was once quite a...
Agrippa seeks a note written by a man named Johann Wire. Where? Pedestal in the chancel has a depression in it. It can fit an orb. Heavy doors blocking the path. An orb is needed to enter the inner sanctum. So it said the pieces of the orb are in the torture rooms. These are not the torture rooms. Okay, so this is the big bridge place. I wonder. I don't know where anything is. I don't know what I'm doing. I think the chance is the big bridge place. Yes. Okay, Mr. Guy is gone. I do remember that. Blah. This is the direction the guy, the enemy was. I'm pretty sure I've explored this whole area. Okay. But I don't remember a lot of what I was doing. Yeah, I think I already came down here and did whatever that was, or grabbed. So where are the torture rooms? How do I get to those? I am so bad at games like this. I love them so much. I am so extremely awful at these games. For no reason, I'm just really bad at games. I'm really bad at puzzles, I fear. It just opened all these and then they're already closed. There's a pipe that leads to it? How do I get to the torture rooms? That's what I need to do. I'm pretty sure. I would imagine. But how and where are they?
Who are you to question me?
August 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind. I did not even realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me. Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time. What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
Was there something else? Bad lava? Oh, that one. So many of Alexander's things are breaking down. Look around. Maybe there's another room. There are machine parts hidden all over this place. You'll find a way to fix it.
This is the side with, I think, the random machine parts and stuff. But hopefully... I feel like that's like the solution to a puzzle. But there isn't. But what do I do with that info? What the where? What? Where am I supposed to go? What the fuck? Dude, okay, what the fuck am I missing? What could I possibly be missing?
Ah, you get it. Not many orbs are left. They sometimes consume themselves or break, then used by an humming ship. Ah, that's right.
Well, that did something. My question is, though, what exactly did that? Because I don't know.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Too bad. Because I'm gone.
Ah, you get it. You got the doors open?
Oh.
I knew you could do it.
Okay. All I needed was that trapdoor, and I would have gotten everything perfectly fine. Yes.
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one, prepare him.
Oh. This is a big open room. The kidnapper sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted and her body followed. Her shoulders gave way to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated their next step. Okay. Ooh. Ouch. Piece of orb.
No, don't kill her.
Don't kill her. That pulse thing usually only happens if there's an enemy, so...
The cradle is ready.
Good.
The Judas Cradle.
You're a man! How can you partake in this? Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man. What accident?
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault. Why won't anyone listen? That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
Prepare.
Please, do anything. Whatever you want. Anything. Do anything. I'm innocent.
The arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered on and off the impaler. It didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from the others. They could make him forget again. Is this me? Person. Oh my lord. Oh good. The rapist hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood flooding from his belly. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and wouldn't move any further. The man stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. Okay, I figured out why. Deserved. They won't stay together? Yeah. The stairs in this game are a little messed up. Oh. Alexander Hamilton. Hello. There we go. Omelette. Neat. Oh, Jesus. Notes on torture. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creatures can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expectation or their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem. But it will also hinder the effect I am after. The right steps to take are, therefore, to restrain while the victim is still dazed. Proceed by presenting the form of torture you are about to apply, and then continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, and it will trigger itself into greater fear, simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage, as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also apply the pain in doses, if possible with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again later. That's rather fun. There's so much reading. It is you, my love, I miss the most. Or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I am not blind. I'm a monster to them. A demonic sultan perched on a dark mountaintop. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. Okay. I think that's everything that's in here. Alright, I guess on to the next room. Okay. Water.
Ah, you again. You seem to have all the wall pieces used in the transept. Go to the choir and find the rest.
Okay. Agrippa channels Ware. Ware taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa. I say it different every time, don't I? As he is and has been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Ware claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, and that he needs me to give him Agrippa first, so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige. But how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I have seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Ware told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae, and tamper. Oh, this is that letter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I could find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile ground for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Tempter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. Yeah. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling Cairn. I will have to address Weyer with this, as he will have to supply me with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Well. One note speaks of a mixture made with 3 ingredients. Wow, really? I didn't catch that. It's always there. In court, the order of the Black Eagles spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their father's place, and they too will grow old and pass away, while I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. Interesting. This game is so good.
August 1839.
This is different.
The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Take the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything. Take the man, cut the lines, take the man, cut the lines. Please, the man cries. Now you see. I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
This is the weirdest cutscene I think we've had.
Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
That was fucking weird. I have a dagger? Oh, that was a cool dagger. Hammer and chisel. Hey, I have one of those. A little different. What if my sensitivity changed? I feel like it did. There's nothing else in here. Great.
The shadow. It's close now.
Up to the men had secured the prisoner, the ritual began. Okay. Thanks, I guess. So confused. Oh?
What are my intentions, Daniel?
The room is huge.
Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a
It's just
service?
so big.
It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is...
Fuck, that scared me. Oh my god. Oh. Sweet Christ, that was awful. ORB. That was terrifying. Good lord. The fort just stood absolutely still. The casket had been closed, but a faint light made its way inside. A myriad of spikes pointed at him, glittering as they waited for his body to slip just for a moment. His knee jerked and he felt blood trickle down his leg. In pain, his head tilt slightly forward. It took him a while to realize his eye had ruptured and began to leak. Oh. Cool, man. That's great and all. Also, like, fuck that, though. This room is so big. Jesus. I'm worried I'm not going to have enough oil to even do half of it. Whoa! Shit! Oh, my God. What the fuck was that shit? Huh? Where am I? Okay. I'm in beginning area. Got some oil. I don't like this. Yeah, but it should save every little bit of progress I make, which really isn't much. Poison gland. Oh. The trader did not know what to think of the brass bull as he was forced to enter it. Only when the heat of fire began to scorch his skin and cook his flesh did he realize it was to be his tomb. His screams of pain echoed inside the brass chamber and traveled through the complex instrument, which was the bull's head. Outside, the men could hear the brazen bull below. I knew I could open it. Oh, there's something in there. Yeah, the brass bull. Okay. Pretty sure the brass bull is just a murder device. I don't actually think that that just does torture. I think that that's just murder, straight up. Shouldn't there be an orb piece somewhere? Oh, glowy? Nice. Ugh. Weird, bro. Oh. Hello? There we go.
The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
Oh, yeah? The murderer's limbs were tied to the spokes of the wheel. They turned the wheel slowly, but with intent, so the rope secured around his leg stretched and cracked a bone. He no longer had the strength to scream. The two men looked at each other knowingly and took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. Fucking damn, dude. Who blew? Purple! That's black. Well, I have all the orb pieces, I think. So I guess we're good? Is this just time to leave? Oh my god, this was the hammer? This thing is as big as me. What? Crystal clear. Holy crap. That enemy moves so fast. What's up with that?